Hey guys, in this video we're going to be discussing on how to create a table and enter values into that table. I'll be doing a full crash course on database management system wherein I'll just explain to you how the different functions work, when and how to use them in your workflow. So let us start by creating a table, and we can call the table happy hour, and inside that table will be inputting values. So first,
So student's ID will be numbers, and that numbers will just be integers, and therefore we'll just type in int. We'll put a comma over here, and then will be the next one will be our first name. Our first name will be varchar. So varchar just means variable character. So it can be a mixture of numbers and letters. And the maximum characters we can have in any column will be 255. But since it's just a name, let's just say something like 50. And we can do that for our last name, which is also Vacha, and that will also be 50. Oops. And then our student course, that will also be Vacha, and that will also be 50. So what this does is that the number of characters that you can put in for the first name, the last name, and the student course cannot exceed 50 characters. So that's exactly what all this means. The maximum that you can have is 255, but we don't need all of that because it will consume memory. So with all of this, you come over here, you highlight all of this, and you press Alt plus X. And as you can see, it says commands completed successfully. So if we want to see our table, what we do, oh boy, if we want to see our table, what we'll do is we'll say select star from happy hour, and that will give us the student ID, the first name, the last name, and the student course. So this is how you create a table in DBMS. So how to input our values? To input our values, we'll say insert into, what are we inserting into? The table. Happy hour, we can press tab here since it's already showing us. Then we can say values. And for values, we're going to put in the values corresponding to how the column name appears. So this will be the student ID. We're going to put in the student ID first, the first name, the last name, and the student's course. So let's say for the student's ID, we can say the student's ID is 1. Since it's integer, it can only accept numbers from 0 to 9. It will be 1. And then our first name, we can just put in, it has to be in this single quotation marks. So let's say Steve. That will go to our first name. The moment we press our comma, it goes to the second column, and that will be also Rogers. And then we'll put our comma there for it to jump to the student's course, and that will be, he will be majoring in, let's say, computer science. And at the end here, we can just put our semicolon. So if we highlight all of this and we try to execute it, it says 1 row affected. So if we select from, we choose to see all our table, this will see how the student ID is exactly as how we inputted it into the table over here. The one goes to student ID, Steve goes to first name, Rogers goes to last name, and the student calls to computer science. So what you can do is to just highlight all of this, Control C, and you can just put Control V, Control V, Control V, and Control V. So what we can do here is that we can just change the names now to Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne will be majoring in criminology, and then we can talk about Diana Ross. Diana Ross will be majoring in history. And then let's say we have here Peter Parker. And Peter Parker will be majoring in film. And our last but not the least, let's say we have Tony Stark, and he'll be majoring in software engineering. Oh, so after that, we'll just highlight from over here. You can press Shift down and just highlight all of these, but it's not allowing me to. Hold up, I got this one. So you just come over here and you press Shift down and you highlight all of these. You press Alt plus X, and as you can see, all the rows are affected. So you can still select all from happy hour, and this will give us, well, everything is showing here. So what we'll do is we'll just change the ID from 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we'll come all over here and we'll just highlight all of this, I've changed the values and we say execute, everything will be affected. And if we say select star from happy hour, that will give us our table where the student's ID is 1 to 5, our first name, our last name, and our student course.